Yo, what's going on, everybody? It is officially HCS off-season time, right, Garrett? And today I'm excited, right, because we finally got some like NA pro matches going on in the scene. You know, I'm gonna just be up front and tell everybody here, this is a raid stream, right? We're gonna go offline when this event happens. But we want to give a good little kickoff to our friends at STR8. We've got some great faces and names that are known well across Halo, both on the casting desk and on the competitive side. So right now I'm joined with Tools. We got some exciting things on the LBT behalf to talk about, and then we'll do that raid. But Tools, welcome to the show. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great. You know, it's like I feel like it's been this like dark couple months where we haven't really had much to do, like other than like live, but lots going on behind the scenes. Finally, those things come into fruition, and you know, hey, kicking off the events schedule basically this year with this STR8 cash grab. Yeah, should be interesting, right? A little show matches. Who doesn't like a good show match?
Yeah, they're essentially they're 2v2 show matches, right? We're gonna have a little bit of a mix. I know that there's pro show matches. We'll go ahead and look through them here in a second. Actually, I guess we can look through it right now, right, Tools? I mean, we've got, so this is the STR8 cash grab. We've got the first match, if I'm not mistaken. These are out of order. Boo Sab versus Falcated and Penguin. I believe the time is right there. So, you know, there's a little bit of time before then. And then, of course, we go on after that. It's going to be a little creator show match, right? ELX, Spiteful, Trunks, Reclaimer. And then after that, Riot Aim, Suspector, Descendant, Stellar. These guys are doing some cool things. You can check out the STR8 Twitter because I believe they're still announcing matches. I just wanted to get out there and, like, you know, this is something new and exciting that's happening. And I feel like the best way we could, like, contribute, right, Tools, is like to just spread awareness before it happens. Not trying to steal anybody's thunder or anything like that. We're trying to spread the word because I feel like right now the word is not getting spread very well in Halo. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's like we have this opportunity to at least like put a light on things. When we first started, right, that was like the biggest struggle for us, was just having people know that we were live and who we are. So, you know, STR8's a great brand that's already been in the scene. Like, why not give them at least a little boost to start their first show and see how it goes?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, anyways, that will be starting soon. But nevertheless, right, we've got some exciting things to talk about here for LBT ourselves. We announced on Twitter, if you follow our Twitter, you should. Well, actually, thank you. And if you don't, you should, because we've announced the $20,000 LAN event that we're hosting here in San Antonio. This is going to be at the Boeing Center at Techport. So this is in San Antonio. This is going to be a Halo Infinite event and a Halo 3 event. There's two main events here. $15,000 prize pool for Halo Infinite, $5,000 prize pool for Halo 3. But without further ado, Tools, you want to kind of walk people through what we got going on here?
Yeah, so the big thing, right, not only is there going to be, you know, 4v4 Halo Infinite, we're going to have Halo 3 on those Xbox 360s coming in. The cool thing about this event, and one thing that we wanted to make sure, was that if you're playing in one event, that you could also play in the other. So the way that the format works, if you wanted to participate in the Halo Infinite event, you still have the ability to compete in the Halo 3 Xbox 360 main event. So we basically split the days into half on Saturday and Sunday, where the first half of Saturday is the Halo 3, I believe, right?
Yeah, I mean,
I think if we go
schedule,
down,
there's some
that's all.
That
can
the
change.
Admins, I'll say that, right? The TOs are building the schedule right now, so we don't have to dive, you know, 100% into the schedule at the moment. But yeah, the idea is that you'll be able to play in both. In fact, we're going so far as to selling bundle passes that have a discount. You'll get a $50 discount on 2 passes, right? So you can play in Halo Infinite and Halo 3.
And the way that works isn't that the team that you play in the Halo Infinite event doesn't have to be the same as the team that you play in the Halo 3 event. Let's say like half your team wants to play in both. The other half would rather sit and play Halo Infinite side events while the Halo 3 event's going on. Then you can go and find 2 players that are interested in playing Halo 3, add them to your team pass, and be fine. You just need to have one player that's on both team passes in order to use the discount one. So I'd love to see as many teams that compete like in one at least try to participate in the other. And you know, I know a lot of people probably prefer to play on like MCC, but you know, there really hasn't been an Xbox 360 big like LAN in a long time. I feel like this is a good opportunity to dust it off. And I will say, like, I think there's a huge skill gap in being able to be good like on the old equipment. I think it's a lot easier to go and hit your shots when you have 240 frames playing on a massive PC. Like, and Halo 3 does feel great on that, but like I feel like it's something completely different to be Xbox 360 controller in hand, playing on old hardware, hitting it on 30 FPS is like completely different.
Yeah, absolutely. So a little bit of a nostalgic kick to this event, right? So also a hybrid, right? I can already tell you that I think we sold 5 team passes so far. A couple of those squared away to some pro teams, so that's pretty exciting. Maybe stay tuned to our socials, and we'll be spreading the awareness of who exactly signed up. I also have word from a couple other people that are newly formed pro teams that have their sights on being at the event as well. So exciting times for sure. We've got a hotel book discount for you right now. The thing is, right, you have to book your hotel by this Friday to get the discount, right? You'll be able to book at the hotel regardless, right, if you miss the deadline. But if you want the discount that's associated with this event, you got to go through the LBT Halo page. Go check out the frequently asked questions. The hotel link is right there, and it'll say in big letters LBT room block. So you'll get the best price available.
Yeah, I think that's a great chance. Like if you need some good accommodations, like it's a really relatively cheap price. I think it's $109, right, for each night.
Yeah.
Right now with the hotel block. I mean, hey, throw your team all in one room, whatever you need to get the job done. Like at least there's an option. I know like there's not that much lead up time to getting to this event, and this event isn't supposed to be like a replacement for like a massive HCS event, right? Like just to get your expectations out ahead of time, like this is very much like at a LAN center. You're getting to your station, you're just playing Halo. Like don't expect there to be like a massive stage with like all the gimmicks that come with that, right? It's more like LAN center vibey, like come out, play Halo, have a good time with the rest of the community.
Yep. If you want to know the address of the venue, it's up here in the frequently asked questions, right? LVTHalo.com. If you hit LVTLAN, if you redeem it as a command in the chat, it'll take you there as well. Parking at the event's going to be totally free, right? So, just show up. $20 overnight parking at the hotel. I can definitely say that. I know that for sure. So, yeah. There's what hotel will competitors be staying at, right? You click the link here. It'll take you to the LBT room block. So that's how you get there. You'll get the best price available. Otherwise, I believe I think it's a $30 saving per night, please.
All right, babe. Look, that's a good amount, like over the weekend. And right now I'm more of a fan of like of getting into a hotel than Airbnb lately. But if you're with a team, however you get there. But I think it's good just to have that option. I'm glad that they were able to partner up with us and make that a reality. That being said, I mean, there's a lot going on with the event. I want to see as many people participate in both if they're able to. But if you're going and you're like, hey, I'm just interested in Halo Infinite, or I'm just interested in Xbox 360, with the format the way it is, half your day is going to be the main event, right? The double elimination bracket. The other half will be a bunch of side events that you can participate in. So whether it's like small tournaments of like 2v2s, free-for-alls, and other formats that you can just kind of sink your teeth into and try to get as much game time as possible, right? That's always like one of our biggest goals with these LANs, is just trying to make sure you show up and you aren't just playing 2 games of Halo and then you're done, right? We want to like try to make sure that you're there and having a good time.
Yeah, and then at the bottom of the graphic, right, not to overlook how we made this happen, right? It's a culmination of brands that still believe in competitive Halo. The first and foremost in that line, of course, is HCS Grassroots. HCS dropping $10,000 into the prize pool tools for this event. So shout out to HCS for working with LBT. We're working on a couple of other things too here in the near future. So you'll have to just stay tuned, right? Things have been kind of a slow drip as far as events go, right? But nevertheless, there are things in the works. Shout out to GameSir for A, providing $5,000 for our prize pool for this LAN event as well. And then B, they're going to be giving us, dozens of controllers tools. Isn't that right?
Yeah, a bunch of controllers to give away, whether it's through prizing at the side events, whether it's watching the stream. There are tons of controllers to go around. We're gonna make sure that everyone in the Halo community, by the end of the year, you're gonna have in your games, sir. And look, just in time, guys. The 8K is coming out. That's the one thing I've been missing from the game, sir. I love my G7 Pro. It's the controller. I literally can't think about using a different controller right now. And you know, the AK was like one of the big things that other controllers had that GameSir is going to be adding to their arsenal, and I'm really excited because I truly am just like a massive fan of the controller. I use it every day. There is no controller that feels better to me than the GameSir. That's why I was so excited when they wanted to partner, because I was like, hell yeah, this is a controller I already use. Much easier for me to like come out and talk about a controller that I already love, rather than having to be like, okay, like, do I actually like this controller? It's like, it feels way more authentic for me to talk about the GameSir controllers than any other one.
Yeah, without a doubt. So shout out to GameSir for working with LBT once again. It's not the first time they've worked with us, and you know, we want everybody to get involved, right, and enjoy these controllers, because that's just going to be you know, a great relationship that we build with them, and we have high hopes for the future in regards to GameSir as well. The third logo here, one that's you know, really hard to miss. You know what I'm saying, Tools? This is Red Bull. Shout out to Red Bull Gaming, providing $5,000 for the Halo 3 portion of the event. That's going to help us book rooms and then put money towards the prize pool. So, you know, shout out to Red Bull for working with us there. That we're also going to have some products, some fridges, all that good stuff. So if you come to the event, there's going to be free Red Bull there for you, as well as, you know, if you know, other drinks and snacks too, if you really want to purchase them at the LAN desk. But nevertheless, right, Red Bull working with us here.
Yeah, you get locked in right away when you get in through the event. I think one of the best things for competitors is like knowing that there's free Red Bull. I'm sure we'll have crates and crates going out throughout the day. But honestly, at the Halo 3 section, it's that part like is able to be as realized as it is because Red Bull wanted to come in and be a partner with that. And hopefully, you know, like, this event goes well, we're able to do more and more with these partners in the future, and try to do more events, right? I mean, just because there isn't an HCS season this year doesn't mean that we don't want to throw events and have a reason for people to watch Halo.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to pull up Figma Tools and try to make a quick alteration to this calendar, but nevertheless, right, we've got some exciting things on the horizon for broadcast that's going to kick off with this Saturday. Tools, DreamHack opens officially in play. So this Saturday, right, your typical HCS competitive talent that's still in the game will be playing this Saturday. So this is exciting times, right? This is the first time we've been live in months, and now I'm happy to say that, you know, we're here, we're ready to kick into gear as early as this Saturday, Tools.
Yeah, lots to watch, right? See what all these new teams look like, see where they stand against Shopify Rebellion, right? That's going to be the only team that's going to be like the same from last year into this. So there's a lot of time for these players to kind of figure out where they are in the grand scheme. And like the competition is going to be really fierce because the online portion moving to worldwide, right? So we're going to see EU versus NA, ANZ versus EU and NA, Mexico going to be in the competing, and they're all competing for the very few spots that they have for travel coverage this year. And with the first event being in Europe, that's probably going to be like the only way for a lot of teams to get out to DreamHack Birmingham is by competing and getting one of those qualifier spots on the 28th and the 1st.
Yeah, so if you bear with us here, it might be a little tough to read. I'll zoom here in a second, right? But we're already right here, Wednesday, the 4th, right? The third day on this calendar if you're counting from the second row. So yeah, this weekend, DreamHack Birmingham. These are 2-day events, just like Tool said, worldwide, right? So exciting things. I'm happy to say that
Yo, Louis, you're leaking, bro. You're leaking. What
am I leaking? Come on, man. What am I leaking?
Unless you want to talk about it right now, we have not announced that thing on the 13th yet.
Oh shit. Okay. Sorry, guys. Let me fix this real quick.
we gotta ignore what you saw on screen for a second, guys. We have that announcement. Stay tuned to the socials on Friday.
My bad, guys. Look, it's gone. All right. So, yeah. I'm happy to announce that we're going to be the Bravo stream this weekend. EHL will be the alpha stream. They're also the hosting partner for DreamHack. So they've been loud and proud about it on their socials. So they've got a lot going on too, right? Tools. European Halo League they just did their, I think, finals, right? And I tuned in for a little bit on that. Pretty exciting stuff. Exciting to see, competitive Halo back. And, shout out to Europa Halo for having a league going on the other side of the world that, kept participation going.
Yeah, I think right now is just the big moment for all the Halo communities to come together and just do things, right? And that's going to be our mantra throughout the entire year, right? There's an opportunity to do something and to keep the community involved. That's our priority, is just having events, doing more, trying to be creative in the way that we can get people involved and try to like push us through into the next era of Halo. And I'm really excited for what's to come, but right now it's like this is a good opportunity for people to figure out who they are within the Halo community. Back when this dark age period happened before, that's when LVT came to fruition. That's where we kind of came out of and got forged from. So for us, it's not exactly exciting to be back in this era, but we know how to handle it and how to get ourselves through these dark times.
Yeah, absolutely. So exciting to see a calendar with Halo events. Nevertheless, an event every single weekend that should bring some great caliber of play. So very exciting things here. Sorry about the leak, everybody, and everybody involved. Hopefully you don't get blown up too much. But yeah, nevertheless, exciting times. And I'm just happy to say that like we're finally getting back into the swing of things, and it feels good, right? I think everybody probably had some mental rest away from Halo for a little bit, but let's be honest, I think that we're all dying to come back into the club. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right. It's there's a lot to look forward to, in my opinion, for this year, and I'm really excited to like try new things out. Right, that's what I think this year is going to be a lot of, is just trying to figure out what sticks, what is the appetite of the Halo community, and seeing like how we can strengthen that foundation as much as possible. Right, the big part is like if you're here right now watching this, like you are like the foundation of competitive Halo, right? This is just like us talking to our stream with no drops, no event, no nothing going on. Like if you're here, like you're living and breathing Halo. So like let's get to work together and try to figure out how we can kind of make this thing the biggest thing possible.
Yeah. So obviously we've been talking pretty big and broad at the moment, right? But the reason that we're live here again today, it's probably a good time to remind people, is that today there's a couple show matches going on that will be live here in about an hour, right? So the straight ripping cash grab will be happening. We're live helping to get them a little bump, a little boost, going into the live portion of the broadcast. They're not live quite yet. I'm watching their channel like a hawk, but they've got some exciting things going on. And the way that I think the premise of this all is a show match event. So if you check out the Straight Rippin' Twitter, you'll see that they've been announcing matches. And the first one they plan to kick things off with, Tools, maybe you and I can, discuss this. We have a little bit of experience, hosting, 2v2 matches with all of these guys, right? So I feel like you and I, we may be able to, make some sort of predictions here, right?
Yeah, I think for me, this first card, like I got Falcated Penguin all day for this event. Like I think that's a duo that to me is going to be really strong. I think both their play personalities really shine in twos in particular. So yeah, I give that like a 3-0, 3-1 in their favor. But hey, you never know. Boo Boo Doo Sab, two fantastic players. It wouldn't be surprising if they won in the least.
Yeah, some interesting maps that they'll be playing as well, right? So I guess that is very important to note, right? So remade kind of Halo 3 maps are mixed in here, right? So what is it, Sylvanas?
Yeah, Sylvanas. So it's basically just Guardian. Like the Halo 3 rotation. It's like Guardian, Pit, Narrows, I believe. Man, what's the other map that I'm forgetting right now that's in Halo 3 that's in this? Basically all the maps are like Halo 3 maps. So it's like, get used to it. I would have liked to see like Live Fire, Recharge, like some of those maps be in the rotation, but I understand like what they're going for. I think like those Halo 3 2v2 maps are like tried and true. They're pretty hard to mess up. So
yes, shout out to Smalls, the producer of this event, and I believe, don't quote me on this, one of the owners of Straight Rippin'. And so he's been pretty straightforward online, saying that this event is kind of a pilot, right? So they're really hoping to make a big splash right off the bat. I think that these matches that they have lined up so far are great, and I got to say that we've seen all these players play, and you're going like what you said, Falcated Penguin, right?
Yeah.
I'm on the side of Boo and Sab here. I know Boo kind of ices up in 2v2s usually, but Sab is really the reason why I'm picking this team here. I think Sab, man, I think Sab is just like he's a monster in a cage, just being ready to he's just like shaking the rails, like waiting to get out. And I think that he's gonna kind of take things over. I'm not gonna lie. I think that I have to side with Sab and Bulu here.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it happens, but to me, like, I think the firepower of like Falke Penguin, I think it's gonna be too much. Especially like the thing is, like, they're playing on Halo 3 maps,
it might
and they're not like, well, yeah, like
it's not 1-to-1.
It's not 1-to-1, but it's also like they just don't have like as many hours in on these like variations of these maps as they would in like the Halo 5 map. So like I think a lot of it can come down to like figuring out a certain spawn before your opponent does, right? Because it's like they don't have like probably more than 5 games experience on most of these maps. And then so like you're trying to learn the intricacies of like this Forge map during the game, and if one person picks up something like ahead of everyone else, that could totally swing a game one way.
Yeah, absolutely. And then after that, they are going the content creator route for these 2v2 show matches. So Eli X, Spiteful Trunks, Reclaimer. Interesting card here. I've had the experience of playing with some of these competitors on the main stage at HCS Charlotte a couple years ago. Eli X is a monster, and this one's, I think, a little tougher to judge. Tools, what do you think?
Yeah, it's an incredibly hard one to judge. I want to say Trunks and Reclaimer, but I honestly I couldn't give you like an accurate answer there. I will say Trunks, I like the fit though, right? Like the headphones matching the jacket. He's all cleaned up. I was like, that's a pretty nice profile picture, if I have to say so myself. He's got the drip on.
Oh yeah. So by the way, we're pulling these images from the Straight Rippin Twitter. I'm going to link it in the chat. You guys go ahead and go check out what else they've posted. I believe I'm actually checking right now because I'm under the impression that maybe there's more matches announced. But I do know that the third match has already been announced. We've got that one ready here in production. Ryan Nibs, Spectre versus Descendant and Stellar. Interesting matchup, Tools.
That's a crazy matchup.
You know what? You called the last one first, or the last pro match first. I'm gonna go with Descendant and Stellar. What do you think it was?
I'm just gonna pile in, bro, because like you put two like crackheads in 2v2s like right on top. Like Ryan Newman and Spectre are great players, right? And it's like it's just like Descendant and Stellar play a type of Halo that is suited for 2v2s, and they're like the extreme of that style of play. it's gonna be crazy. That being said, like knowing Ryan Noob, he's not gonna play into the strategy that those two like, that hyper aggressive 2v2 fly at your face. Like Ryan Noob's gonna try to use that against them most likely. And I could definitely see like a very frustrated Descendant and Stellar like just starting to throw away lives and that working against them, right? And then obviously like Spectre, you put him in a 1v1 against anyone, it's likely that he comes out on top. He's one of the grossest individual like skilled players, and 2v2, boom. It's all about more about like how you're playing with one teammate and how you are winning in your gunfights. So that's something that's gonna help Spectre and Ryan Noob out there. I just like when I look at Descendant and Stellar on paper, it's like that's a huge like hyper aggressive aggro, get sniped, fly at the face sort of team play, and that's going to be really fun to watch. That I'll say they're going to be the most. That's going to be one of the most fun teams period that you could have in a 2v2.
Indeed. Do you think it makes any difference to point out? Spectre just won the 2v2. What was it? Was it Worlds?
Yeah, Worlds. I think he was playing with Super CC.
Yeah,
right?
Chase.
Yeah. He's playing with Chase. I mean, hey, look. That's great. I think two fantastic players, right? But it's like you didn't have Stellar and Descendant in that pool because
those guys were busy on the other stage.
they're busy on some other stages. So it's like I would almost expect, like, to me it's like an expectation that like a team like Super CC and Spectre would win in the side events, right?
Shout out to Super CC being in the chat. Yeah, exciting matchup. So I said I was gonna check the Twitter. Let's see. Yes, there is another match announced.
I'm curious. I wonder if they're just gonna have like Shopify Rebellion play against each other, right? That's
that'd be kind of lit. There is a couple of Shopify Rebellion players here in this card.
Dav, I said I predict Descendant and Stellar. I think it'll be like 3-0, maybe 3-1. But I mean, with teams this good, it's like you know, anything can happen, right? It's like nothing's ever a sure bet, especially in 2v2s. Like, that's my prediction. One thing also, guys, if you have questions about the LVT LAN that you'd want answered, this is a great time to ask them. We'll try to keep up in chat and get answers. Wow, what an interesting.
I like this matchup.
Yeah, I'll let you go. Yeah, it's like
This reminds me of the days when we would put up what's his name, Vimsy. We like forced him to play with Frosty.
It's like a very
Frosty. There was a day
coded, right? Yeah.
Where we were you know, creating matches, and Vimsy was like a hot up and comer that was you know, making plays on people like you know,
I will say Siriana
world
Abusi,
champion Hammy, like
maybe a step above where Vemsy was.
Yeah,
when he was doing late Tuesdays.
I definitely understand. Yeah.
But
exciting match. Both teams are young here, so this is great to me, right? We get to see some young talent. We had a little mix in that last matchup. This one, all young. This is gonna be pedal to the metal. I like it.
Do we know? I mean, a little off topic. Do we know who Siriana and Abusi are playing with for the 4v4s this weekend? I don't think I've seen them in any announcement. I'd be so curious to see what their team of 4 is. Like, this is like, because they're like 2 really young players that I think have a lot of potential. I'd love to see them like with like a Stellar and Eco, right? Like, it's like if there's gonna be a time to like make that jump into the next level, like this is the time to do so. And this is a great platform to get that job done. Last Shot and Cyclo, I mean, hey, we're talking about 2 behemoths, right? So it's like this is going to be a really, really tough matchup. But it's not like they're known 2s players. Like, this isn't like the equivalent of like a Renegade and a Bound back in the day where like they were like top of the game 4v4 players, but they were actually like the most dedicated 2s grinders. That's like not the case with Last Shot and Cycle. Whereas Siriana and Abusi, I'd probably reckon to guess that they have a lot more 2v2 experience and might be like 2v2 demons, right. Especially like a player like Sirion. He's probably like grinding 2s like crazy. So I would actually anticipate this one maybe to be going to like a game 5, but never want to put too much disrespect on Last Shot and Cycle, right? I mean, like, they're the best players in the game right now. You got to give them some love. I'd say 3-0, but maybe a game 5 on the horizon as Sirion and Abusi like pull out some 2v2 strats.
Yeah, exciting things for sure. I'm gonna actually go the easy route. I'm gonna pull this up on Twitter because they've got a little more information out for us to share. And
cool. While you're doing that, I'm gonna answer some questions. Janitor's asking about buying a 360 controller. I would say for the Halo 3 stuff, plan to buy a controller. Like, plan to bring your own 360 controller. We're working on potentially having like a huge backlog for people to use at the event, but that's not secured yet. So, you know, anticipate having to bring one, but we'll do our best to make sure that there is something there, like if you weren't able to secure one. But I don't think it's too hard to like find a retro store these days that has a cheap 360 controller.
Yeah, Amazon's definitely selling like aftermarket controllers that are available, right? You know, maybe there's been some advances. I personally don't know, right? But this is something that's a little muddy at the moment, the equipment that's going to be needed, but this is something that's going to be clarified in the next week or 2, obviously before the event itself, right? So I would just stay tuned, right? I'm getting a shipment of Xbox 360s tomorrow, so that's when we're really going to get down to like exactly what we need players to bring on their own behalf and what we'll be able to provide as well. So just bear with us, right? The Halo 3 thing, it's a little bit different. We got Halo Infinite down pat. We've been doing that for 4 plus years, right? So the Halo 3 thing, it's going to take a little bit of time for us to hammer down exactly everything that's needed. But those answers are coming on the other side here pretty soon. What do you think about this format, Tools?
Format, let's see. So 4 matches, specified 2v2, 25 kills. That's all. So pretty standard. It's just the map pool that's very unique. I guess, like, are they using bandits or is it going to be BRs is my other question. I imagine it's bandits because it says HCS rank 2v2, but if it's BRs, that'd also be kind of interesting. Like you said, you're going to like this old school vibe of Halo 3. Canopy, dude. What is Canopy, bro? I'm not an H3 kid.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I feel like I'm like blanking so hard on that. I mean, Constructs Classic, Guardians Classic, Inquisitors, the Halo midship map. I think Inquisitor is gonna be really fun to watch. I'm glad Inquisitor's in there. Narrows Pit, yeah, it's like I think like Inquisitor, Guardian's gonna be really fun. So anyone have it's Lockout? Canopy's Lockout?
Interesting. Okay. Lockout, blackout.
I don't know. I this might get me hate. I might be the biggest lockout hater of all time. I think the map's terrible, but it's like it should be fun for 2v2s. I'm really like I hope Inquisitor. I guess it's best of 5, so these are like the maps. There's 6 maps, right? So it's like not every map's gonna be featured either. Yeah, it's interesting. Like because I would like personally for me, it's like I would almost love to be locked in like Inquisitor, Guardian, Narrows. Like those are like our 3 maps because those are like the 3 maps that I think of for 2v2s. But I'm interested to see where it goes.
Eli just says lockout kind of only works in Halo 2 in his opinion.
Yeah, you see,
I'm sure they'll figure.
I'm kind of with Eli there, and even on Halo 2, I'm like, I don't have the expertise to be like this is what works in Halo 2. But even then, I'm like, all right, bro. Like unless if it's oddball, I'm like, I mean, Gravelith, I would expect all these players to like have top end equipment, so I wouldn't be like too concerned about like FPS drops on like an Xbox because I imagine all these players are playing on like high end PCs. Except for maybe Sirion. I think he like famously like plays on an Xbox, but I'm sure he might be past that. What did you think about this format, Louis? It's such an interesting like thought process. I always wanted to tool around with this like idea of like the series score changing your payouts. It's cool to see someone like take the endeavor.
It's interesting. I guess it's just an even $200 a match. Like you get paid per win. So in the event,
well, unless you get 3-0'd,
well,
nothing.
Right. Well, per win, right? Yeah, I mean, you get a bonus if you 3-0 on the other side.
I guess the thing that is interesting to me is the cash out because like it feels like from a broadcast perspective, like the all or nothing game 5 is
okay, cool. I see. I didn't read that far down. This is news to me.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I read this last night and I was like, this is interesting because like it's like the all or nothing's cool, and I think all the teams are going to do that option if it comes up. But it is very anticlimactic to be like, I cash out, like we're done. Yeah, it's like to me, I almost like would have preferred like game 5 getting extra juice like a different way, but I get it. Like you want to like have a cool game 5 all or nothing. I'm just hoping no one takes the cash out because that's pretty lame.
Yeah,
and it'll be like pretty anticlimactic.
Winner take all, right? Which I mean, it kind of maintains that like if you get to the game 5, I mean that intensity is still there, right? Interesting to offer the option to walk away. I'm sure that. I don't. Do you think anybody would do that? I couldn't picture
like
someone doing it.
Taking the cash out. I think if you like are expected to lose, no, it should just be one team, right? It would just have to be one team that agrees. No, if one team's like we're cashing out, like, you can't force them to play, right?
Yeah.
You're saying your mic is too quiet compared to the music, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Turn yourself up a little bit. Yeah, I don't know. I guess like that is the other question because like if one team wants to do the all or nothing, the other team wants to cash out. Like, do you default to cash out? Do you default to all or nothing? Guys, how does it sound?
Very, very interesting. I think it's different. I'm indifferent. I think that it just adds another layer to the competitors, which I think is that's fun, for them.
We know I guess we just have the main card that's missing now, right? Like the last match of the night. We don't know that yet?
No, I believe there's 4 matches.
Oh, it's 4? I thought it was 5.
No, there's so I think maybe this is the next slide it's talked about. Let's see. Here's talent, by the way. Blaze, T-Squared, Elamite, Why Not, and then RLS on the desk for this. Interesting enough. So it's not in the format, but there's $1,000 I believe that gets awarded via predictions for the talent. So little incentive, little skin in the game for the talent. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Eli, I know Eli's in chat. Eli, that we can't. I promise you, we can't do that on LBT. Like, there's just no way. Like, we'd be draining. Like, it'd just be me and Eli tagging up to drain Louis' bank account. Like, that'd be it. Like, we can't have those options for us over here. Like, we're too good at those predictions. Don't expect that, LVT. We ain't betting on games over here. We're too good at the predictions, bro. Dude, Eli would just drill a bracket. Like, I don't like, dude, the amount of times we're like in the green room and Eli's like, okay, yeah, this is how the bracket plays out, and like plays out perfectly how he says it. There's just no shot. We can't do it.
Looks like the ads are set to the minimum, by the way, ladies and gents, for our partnership with Twitch. So you're going to be in a 1 minute ad for just a minute, but you'll be back on the other side. This is exciting though, Tools. I mean, T Squared's back. That's probably like the biggest news, right? I mean, Elamite, he's been streaming pretty consistently. Tony as well. Blaze has been doing his thing, stage hosting all over the world, and then RLS, right, streaming multiple titles over the last couple of months. So this is exciting to see this group of people together. But seeing T Squared, I feel like it's synonymous with the Straight Rippin' brand, right? So it was kind of expected, but nevertheless, dude, super happy to see him here. One of my favorite commentators.
Yeah, he's always fun. I think one of the most fun times I've ever had, like as a commentator, was like commentating with T Squared back like in like 2022. He's a great commentator. Did a lot of work with like Apex in the last few years. I don't know if he's still on the Apex circuit, but it's cool to have him back in the scene. Obviously, like these old pro players gonna have like a lot of insight. I think you team up. Like I think the commentary duo of like T Squared and Elamite would be really fun to listen to. I'd almost like to see like a trio cast out of like T Squared, Elamite, Tony, because that way like Tony can like bring in a little pop of like freshness and fun, and then like Elamite and T Squared just get to argue about like the nitty gritties. Would be like kind of a fun duo like sequencing, but I'm not sure like how the casting block is like arranged. I'm very curious to see how they like put it in. Like, is RLS going to be doing play-by-play? Like if that's the case, I'm curious. Like how does he sound? I'd love to hear it.
I could see them doing like an entourage, just like all five, just chilling.
Just chill in, bro.
Watching their money grow,
I guess that's the other part is like since they're like betting against each other, that's like a whole part of the show is like trying to maximize their profits.
Let's see. So yeah, last shot cycle appears to be to the last match here. Live on Kick.
Yeah, that's a really interesting series to set up, because I think like naturally, I think what people would have expected is like a last shot cycle versus Descendant Stellar as like the main card, but I think with how Sirion and Abusi play and like how good they'll be in 2v2s, I think that is a good main card. Like last shot cycle, Sirion and Abusi being the main card should be really fun. I'm hoping that all the games are like close. I'm very curious about the creator show match. And what do we gotta do, Louis? Like, Team LBT versus like Team EHL or something, bro. Bring it on. Like,
we gotta start running the doubles playlist, bro. How else do you think these guys got here?
Yeah, right. We gotta be grinding in. Get us into it, in for a series, bro. I'm trying 3-0.
I mean, let's be honest, right? We're no Descendant and Stellar, you know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, I think we could compare to like Eli X and Spiteful.
Okay. I was gonna say, who you want us fighting on this fight card?
I'm saying we could take that spot. I think we could be competitive there. Okay. Come on.
Hell yeah! I'm curious if this player's gonna be
Tony RLS, bro. They got him in the booth. They put him down in the card. We'll fight Tony RLS.
Ooh.
So honestly, like we're good. We take that on any day.
Love that. Okay, yeah, absolutely. My mouse is right here, ready to shoot anytime. You know what I'm saying?
I'll hop on the mouse and keyboard. We'll get it going. I'd be terrible. I think I'm actually like a gold level player. I almost said diamond. I was like, maybe that's like a little overshooting it.
Apologies, everybody. I'm realizing there's an old drops command here that is out of date. But nevertheless, I'll update this to say that we're rating the stream with drops here whenever they go live, which is probably in the next 15 to 30 minutes. These events are supposed to start at 3:15 p.m. Pacific, which is in 45 minutes.
I love it when people put use specific for their show times. The West Coast representation. Let's go. Don't underestimate Trunks. You're underestimating me, Inspector. That's all I'm saying. Like, we could take them on. Team LBT is just Eli and anyone else, bro. We're good. We're set. But we could put Eli against Descendant and Stellar, bro. You'd keep you fine. Is there any other? I know we had a few questions at the beginning of the stream about the LVTLAN. If you guys are anticipating on going and have some questions or like want to go, I think one of the big things that people were asking were about like general attendance. Like if you don't have a team and you wanted to show up, What's your current what's the current position for that, Louis?
I'm sorry, run that to me one more time. I was correcting the drops.
General public showing up to the LAN, like no team pass.
So this is in a LAN. This is in a LAN center, which is limited on space. The thing is spectators are not going to be allowed, right? Of course, we'll be streaming, but the unfortunate situation is that the LAN center is just not big enough. The cool thing about this event and what we're trying to build here is that this venue that we're hosting at here in San Antonio does expand to a full concert venue for a full event, like an HCS major, right? So in the highest of hopes, we do well. We continue to do this again, and one day, hopefully we're hosting like HCS major type of events in the same location, right? But we're starting this first one in the LAN center. It's just how things have to be, It's going to be a little bit of a stepping stone for us, right? So, $20,000 prize pool for a LAN center event. The manager of the LAN center said, "Damn, I think that's the most money that we've ever played for in the LAN center." So, shout out to HCS Grassroots Program for believing in us and supporting it in that way. But yeah, this is going to be a kind of a crawl before we run sort of situation. I think that we saw the recent trend of like orgs hosting events with HCS. I think LVT could inspire to do something like that one day, right? Of course, no plans for that at the moment, but if we continue to build our community and you guys continue to show up and not only at the venue but also in the chat on the stream, I think that this will 100% grow.
Yeah, that's the big thing with like what we've done with LVT is we never tried to do something that we're not capable of, right? Like bite off more than we can chew. So like for us, it's like that slow and steady approach to how we do things, right? It's not about trying to just waste a bunch of money doing something that we're not like situated to do right away. That being said, if you're wanting to go and you don't have a team, feel free to like reach out and I can try to connect you with people that are trying to compete so that you can, right? Like I think there's so many options for people to get there and play. Like I don't think it's gonna like sell out of team passes like right away, or if it does, like there's probably going to be a team pass available, right, for you to like get with another 4 people, even if you get double first rounded. Like there's side events to play in, there's stuff. So I've been retweeting all of the free agent tweets on the tweet itself. There's definitely a team to be made. Even if it's like you're local to the area, like reach out, like let's get you with enough people to like get a team pass. And even if you're not gonna dominate or anything, at least you can like play in the side events and hang out with the community.
Yeah, as you can see, there's a countdown on our screens. Tools 27 minutes. What do you think? We hang out until they go officially live and then we raid. We will be going offline, folks. I want to be clear. I've dropped the Twitch channel in the chat. We will be raiding. This channel will have drops. To my knowledge, they're supposed to. They're on the HCS calendar schedule. I think there's a drop attached to it. But nevertheless, we'll be raiding them, right? And we'll be enjoying the show. We'll be sitting back. We're wishing them a great start to this event that they're hosting, right? I think that they have high hopes of doing multiples of these as well, right? But it's going to take your participation, and we feel like at LBT, this is us doing our part to help the situation, right? I think that we would love to like sit here and watch party, maybe in the future, but for this one at the very least, right? We're just gonna throw it all at the channel, and you guys enjoy the show. We'll be in chat as well. So that's the plan for now. It's a 25-minute countdown, so we'll go back to taking the questions about the LVT LAN, but you can see that this is getting started here pretty soon.
Yeah, I saw like lots to talk about with this weekend as well. Like we got these new teams that are popping up, rosters being announced. There's a lot to like look towards. I'm curious. I want to see one thing I want to happen for this weekend and for the qualifier that's coming up at the end of the month. I want to see the Australians play. I have no idea what the time zone looks like for them or if they can make it happen, but that would be extremely cool. Someone said LVT event in Vegas when. I think that's a good possibility. The fun thing about LVT is like half of the people that make like half our production team is actually it's like 3/4 of our production team lives in Vegas. So it's a lot easier for us to do stuff in Vegas.
Vegas, definitely on the table.
Just we need an event space and partners.
All right,
that
so
was one cool thing about Techport.
here we are on the HCS event page on the Faceit. I do want to be clear, though, that this is a DreamHack Birmingham Open, right? So, when we talk about these events, we're going to talk about them as the DreamHack Opens, not the HCS Opens. But nevertheless, right, it's HCS that, drops the money into these events for a prize pool. So shout out to HCS for keeping the ball going, even though, they were, put in the position that they were in. But yeah, we've got 3 events, 2 Opens, and then a qualifier, the LAN qualifier tools. For DreamHack all happening, so things are kicking back into gear.
Yeah, it's exciting. No team signed up for the Open 1 yet, but
I don't think signups are open yet. I think they're doing this like 2-day signups open at a certain time thing that's different.
Yeah, it makes sense. Just make sure you get signed up like when they do open up, and right now it says it's capped at 64 teams. So that's one thing. Maybe don't wait till the last second like we've seen in other tournaments, because we usually the cap was so big that we'd never hit it, except for I think the first few tournaments of Halo Infinite. It was like, but just make sure you don't dilly-dally, right? With it being a global tournament, like European teams, NA, ANZ, Mexico, I imagine we hit that 64 spot. So just I would not hesitate on getting signed up. And due to the nature of the tournament, I don't think they're going to expand the amount of teams. I'd be surprised if they do. I think they're going to probably try to stick to 64 teams so the schedule stays easy for them.
Yep, and then as we mentioned before, these are 2-day events. It's finally reflected on the Faceit website. We'll be cutting things off at a certain round, just like we used to in the Opens for North America. And we'll continue the next day, right? So just a reminder, here on the LVT stream, we'll be live per usual with our familiar names and faces. I'm excited about that, but nevertheless, we will be the Bravo stream this weekend, and for the DreamHack Opens in particular, right? When things, move over to North America for DreamHack Atlanta, things will change. We'll become the Alpha. EHL probably be the Bravo. We'll see. It's something that we can talk about, but nevertheless, it's like this weekend, right? LVT, we are the Bravo stream. We'll be kicking it to the EHL stream for, I believe, loser final, grand finals, all that good stuff, and then we'll be covering secondary matches, right? So EHL will be producing some of the they'll have the cherry pick of matches, right? And then at LVT we'll do our best to spread the coverage where we can. But us and EHL and HCS thought it was important that the coverage stays out there, and if we could provide 2 different options, that's great.
Yeah, a big thing is we'll at least try to watch as much as we can, and we're always committed. Since Halo Infinite has come out, I don't think we've missed a broadcast date for the entirety of Halo Infinite. So, for us, consistency is always key. If there's competitions, we want to be there. We want to be covering them as much as possible.
Indeed. So exciting. Things are on the way back.
Yeah, I'm excited for.
Did that noise come through the
I
stream?
didn't hear anything.
You didn't hear anything?
There's some. I didn't hear it. Maybe Chad did, but I doubt it. Right?
Do you know details about the LAN qualifier?
The LAN qualifier, I believe. I have only talked to players,
okay.
So I don't know if it's official information. From what I understand, it's 4 teams that are going to qualify from the qualifier. And it'll just be the top 4 straight placings. Guys, someone asked about drops. We're going to be rating the Straight RIPPIN channel here in about 20 minutes.
Yep, just waiting for them to get on camera.
They'll have drops. So as long as you just stay here, and we'll raid you over to Straight RIPPIN. They're going to have the drops. I don't actually know what the drop itself is, but that drop starts at 3 p.m. Pacific. So in 20 minutes, you can get that drop.
Yeah, I'll try to figure out what the drop is here. I just got to look at the HCS calendar, and it should be there.
I'm excited. San Antonio is just 2
Ultra Violent Visor is the drop for a Straight RIPPIN, and it starts in 20 minutes. So we'll be waiting for that. You guys that are here for drops, you'll be able to grab your drop on the Straight RIPPIN channel. Make sure to follow them and support where you can. Enjoy the show. Wishing them the best of luck in their production, and then of course I'm super excited for these show matches, tools.
Yeah, it's always fun to sit back and watch rather than have to do a lot of times. We have so much experience in productions, whether it's doing our own or we've done productions for Sentinels, FaZe, Ludwig. We've gone and done a ton of productions. So it's always fun to sit back and see other people's productions and kind of get like a fresh look at like what something can look like. You know, like with Straight Rippin, it seems like they have a really out of the box approach. I'm curious like what their production is going to look like, and maybe there's something that they're going to do that like we hadn't thought of before, and like seeing if we add it to the arsenal, right? We're kind of always students at what we're doing, trying to be better. Like if you've been watching our streams since Halo 5, like you would notice the dramatic changes from how the broadcast looked in Halo 5 versus how it looks here today.
Yeah, it's been a journey for us, and so yeah, this is exciting. Also, man, it's so good to see names like Booba Doo, Sab, Valkated, Penguin, all these pros to come through, compete again. Last Shot, you know, he's been streaming pretty regularly, but other than that, like as far as pros go, Descendant streams also. Not sure that we've seen the others much, if at all. You know, so I think this is exciting. It's always good to have our professional players like activated once again. So I'm excited for that. And then of course it's great timing with the HCS Opens right around the DreamHack Opens right around the corner.
Yeah, it's like it finally feels like the start of the season, right? And we'll get more competitions. Like we've seen scrims starting up. It's always good. Like all these competitors. Like I see Lucy streaming. I saw that Last Shot was streaming. So like these competitors pulling up their streams, getting themselves ready. So even if you want to tune in to some of the competitors and see what they're up to, right? It's always good to see the directory full of people playing Halo once again. I'm really excited for this year because like in Halo 5, when we went through this era where the HCS like stopped supporting directly, that was like the era where we saw a bunch of new pro players come up. That's where we saw Bound like really start making his appearances on a regular. Legend, that's when he started becoming a professional player. It was around that era. I remember seeing like players like Cycle for the first time in that era. So it's like it's really exciting. Suppress the triplets, like they didn't even compete until after the entire Halo 5 HCS era had gone. Shout out to Lucid. Looks like he's throwing some viewer aids over on his channel. I'm very excited to see the Lucid content creator role so far, and maybe you guys keep tuned to something on Friday. We'll have some announcements for what's coming there. I mean, people here earlier in the stream, they might be able to put 2 and 2 together, but hey, wait for the official announcement. We'll be having some stuff. Stay tuned to the YouTube, the Twitters. We'll have some stuff out there soon about some events we have planned in the future.
Yeah, and I guess this is a good time to just point out that they got BR starts on this.
BR starts. It's really I played a few of these with Lucid's crew, and I'll say man, the BR is a lot harder to use, or it's a lot harder than I remember using back in the day. It's like you get too used to the Bandit, then you have to like go back over to the BR, and it's like, whoa, okay, there's like a different it's like easy but hard at the same time. It's just like a completely different weapon. So it's been fun to like go around. They're playing on Catalyst, right? They have BR starts. The weapons are all in different spots. It's pretty cool. So if you haven't and you're interested in like playing some BR starts, Lucid's been having these open lobbies where you can try out these maps, and they're then like fine tuning them and trying to figure out like what's good for competition. Like go join, right? This is a great time. I love this arc for Lucid, and I like the whole concept. It's really cool to me.
Pretty dope. Support Lucid if you had the chance, So spread the love of across our directory, because it's a good time to support your favorite people right now. Speaking of which, right, just reiterating once again, we will be rating Straight Rippin for their show match event starting in about 15 minutes. Drops will also start at that time on their channel. The LBT Halo channel will be rating this Straight Rippin channel, and we'll be going offline and enjoying the show. So you guys that are here for drops will be sure to get your drops here soon. But nevertheless, yeah, it looks like chat's starting to get excited for the in the Straight Rippin chat for their event, man. I'm so happy about this because it reminds me of Money Tuesday, and like it puts a smile on my face because damn, we got some good content out of that stuff, dude.
Yeah, dude, Money Tuesdays was like a ridiculous time in terms of like the Halo competition and how fun it was. It was like every week everyone was coming in. It felt like the entire community was watching one event at the time, and that was a really fun era. we'd love to keep doing like Money Tuesdays like this, but like think about like the logistics. Like even this event, this like I'm like this is really cool from Straight Rippin because think about like this event, first event on, like they're throwing up $4,000 just in pricing for the competitors, and I think it's like another $1,000 for the talent. Like that's $5,000 in investment to one event, right? That's really expensive. That's like a really expensive event that I hope goes well for them. So like, that's why we're here live. We're trying to support it as much as we can, like send you guys over, spread some awareness to it, because like the reality is we would do Money Tuesdays all the time if we could like make that like affordable and like repeatable. They'd just be losing a lot of money if we like try to put up that much money for singular events.
Yeah, I think back to like the days that we started Money Tuesday, and other than like the players, promoting that they were competing, it's like it was the same type of time period during grassroots where there's no HCS, and it's like we really could have benefited from somebody, supporting like this, right? Like activating their live audience that is like, normally watching Halo Infinite and, promoting what we were doing at the time, right? So it's like, I think this is us, like our best way to like help the situation, I think that A, right, we all want to see Halo succeed, and B, this is a damn good event. They got $5,000 going around here for this event, so honestly, I think that's amazing, and this lineup is amazing, and we should be just thankful for this type of content here in this off season.
Yeah, I'm excited to at least just like sit back, see what happens, right, and hopefully we get to see more of this coming into the future. It's Straight Rippin, I know they've been wanting to do something for I guess like a couple years now, right? Like they announced something around that Arlington time, but it seems like they're ready to do their model and get themselves going. So we'll try to support wherever we can. That's the big thing about Halo. We're all under the same thing. Like we all have the same end goal, right? We want Halo to be like a viewable product for the entire community. And to me, like this should be the year of like collaboration as much as possible. Like where we can help each other, we should try to help each other. It is like the big thing. There's really no reason for us not to help support in whatever way we can with whatever thing is coming up in the future.
Yeah. Other reason why we're live today, promote our LVTLAN $20,000 prize pool. Exciting times for us as well. Shout out to HCS, GameSir, and Red Bull for partnering with us in this situation. This LVTLAN will feature both Halo Infinite on PC. There's going to be 5 stations for people to compete at, and then Halo 3 as well on Xbox 360, right? So if you're a Halo Infinite competitor that's used to going to LANs, guess what? You don't have to play on the Xboxes anymore. And then, of course, Halo 3, if you got that nostalgic itch like I do, I think that Halo 3 on Xbox 360 is pretty exciting. I will say one other thing, Garrett, a benefit, because I know some people have been talking about doing MCC. I can see why people would want to do that, right? It's an updated version. You're going to get FPS. You're going to have all your options. One of those options will be field of view tools, and if we're switching between POVs and everybody's got different field of views, we might have some viewers that are kind of sick. But Halo 3 on Xbox 360, everybody's going to be locked in, same field of view, even playing field. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we need a mod like an observer mode in the MCC. Is that possible, right? Like, is there a gifted coder out
anybody
there
listening, mod us an observer in MCC. Halo 5 2 while you're at it.
The other option is like we have to like establish. Eco would be a big fan of it because I think he was like low key on the trade of like, hey, let's like set everyone's field of view to one thing.
Yeah.
And people don't like. I don't think people really understand like how big of a difference that makes from a viewing angle. I remember having a conversation. I believe it was like with Spartan at like Arlington 2 years ago because they took out a map in rotation. Like remember they took out a map from the HCS rotation at a LAN because it crashed observer mode. Almost it was like every other game. Like that, it was a recharge, I think, right? We didn't play recharge that event.
LAN. Why was LAN such a short notice? Well, unfortunately, sometimes that's just how the cookie crumbles. I can say that, from our end, we had our sights set on this venue for the last year and a half. We've had multiple meetings, multiple talks. It seemed like this was finally the right time. And I can say that, I was able to book the venue as early as like November 15th, right? But since then, right, it comes to a matter of like getting in line with our partners, reaching potential partners. I don't know if people were paying attention, but I tweeted about a month ago, right, saying right after New Year, saying that, hey, we aim to host a LAN at this venue on these dates, and we're looking for partners. And there were a lot of people in the Halo community that shared that post, and because of y'all, I'm just gonna go out and say it, like we were able to secure Red Bull as a partner for this event because of that tweet. So thank you to everybody that like just shared the word, right? Because it works, right? Commenting on things like this, right? It works. It's what sponsors want to see, right? They want to see community, and especially times like this, they want to see people stepping up, right? And so not only like are we stepping up hosting a LAN, but you guys stepping up, showing the support we're needed, and it came through. So thank you guys.
Yeah, I think like we definitely probably wanted more lead time coming into the event for everyone to know about it. It's like it really was just like a bunch of circumstances that really weren't in our position to like move forward with announcing it formally until those came to a resolution. So it's like we have really wanted to throw an event at the Boeing Center. San Antonio is Louis' home.
Yes, sir. Flying Chanclas right here.
Yeah, so like this, it makes a lot of sense for us to do an event here. They have a great, like, honestly, it's kind of shocking to me that San Antonio has like this incredible LAN center there. Like, if you guys aren't aware, like they do like Call of Duty events on a pretty regular basis that get like full 32 teams filling up the LAN center. They got like a great space there. It's pretty awesome, like the space itself. Unfortunately, I don't think the food court's going to be completely open during our event, which is unfortunate. It's like it's only open on specific days and stuff. But if it was, I'll tell you, this would be like one of the vibiest LAN centers of all time, dude. Their food court is really, really cool, and like the entire event space is like really awesome. It's a great event space to be in.
Definitely worth noting that, we aspire to have that entire venue open, right? There's a concert venue adjacent to the LAN center, and there's, tier 1 events that get held there, right? So, we have big aspirations, right? But we have to just, we have to grow appropriately, right? So we're starting with a LAN center event, and, high hopes that, in the next couple of years, like we're doing something bigger. Maybe it's for the next title, you never know, right? So, we have high hopes, right? So, come out, support if you can. If you can't, tune into the channel. Unfortunately, there's no spectators for this event, but you can tune in online, and that's going to be you doing your part, just being there and supporting the channel.
I'll say, hey, if you were planning on like going to be a spectator, and you're like, oh, there's no spectators allowed, like, just make a team. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like if you're gonna go anywhere, just like
come down,
just get a team. Like I mean,
take
realistically, like
and then
if you buy
the show.
a team pass, if you buy a team pass and you don't even have a team, like what am I gonna do? Like not let you through the door? Like you can go play side events. Like it's just like we don't have a limited amount of space, right? That's the reason why there's no open doors to everyone. Is like there's a limited amount of space. So like what we're allowed to have is basically the team passes that we're selling right now. But like there's no reason like you can't go and like get a team of 4 and compete, even if it's like people that you don't know. Like if you're planning on going, if there was spectators allowed, like just get a team pass and go hang out with the community for a weekend. That's totally fine.
Yeah. Once again, just shout out to HCS, GameSir, Red Bull for partnering with us. By the way, if you didn't hear earlier in the stream, right, GameSir not only adding to the prize pool $5,000, but Garrett, they're coming through with dozens of controllers for us to physically hand out at the LAN, right? So
someone was like, "Where's my controller?" Like, dude, you're at the LAN, dude. You got a good shot at getting away. Yeah, you get all the controllers you could possibly want. There's gonna be a ton of side events. And that's the cool thing on Friday. Like the Friday, no like main event 4v4 is happening on Friday right now. It's supposed to just be all side events, and it'll be like various prizings and like walk up and plays, whether it's on 360 or on Halo Infinite on PC. There's so much to be able to do, and like, hey, look, I think there's a good shot you can get away with a GameSir controller if you show up to the LAN, or even if you're like, we'll have plenty to give away in stream too. But hey, boys, like GameSir, that is the way. Hey, shout out to Eli the Ninja. He's the person that put me on GameSir, because I was like, yeah, I need a new controller. He's like, yo, you should be playing with the GameSir. I got like 3 GameSirs. I wonder if my camera will like put them out.
You want me to take you full? You want me to take you full?
No, don't take me full. My room's like, my room's crazy. I was like, it's like right above my head. You can see like I have like 4 GameSir controllers that I've been using just sitting behind me. But yeah, they're great. The G7 Pro is awesome. It's like it's only $80 for like 1,000 hertz, 2 paddles, shoulder buttons, all the things you could possibly need. Before the G7 Pro even came out, I was playing on the SE because it was a $40 controller with 1,000 hertz and like paddles. Now they just have like a better version of that, and now 8K is coming. That was the one controller like. When I had my G7 Pro, I was playing with it. The Razer announced the 8K. I bought the Razer 8K. It's behind me in my room. I used it. I will say there's nothing buttery, like more buttery than 8K. And I wanted to change, but I just hated the way the Razer felt in my hand compared to the Gamester. So I just stayed with the Gamester, even though the 8K is totally awesome. Now, Gamester has the 8K. There really is no reason to not be on the Gamester. The only thing they don't have right now is the 4 paddles. And I talked to them a couple weeks ago. That's coming. They're coming. Games are queue up with the Aim Labs 8K, bro. Get the actually I don't know if they've announced that one yet. There's another 8K one, Eli, that you might be a little bit
Tools
more
is a W salesman.
Yeah, it's like it's easy for me to talk about the Gamester because it's not even controller I use, bro.
You're just gushing, bro.
Dude, I love this controller. Like, and I didn't think I'd like it as much as I did. But it's a fantastic controller. I picked it up. I was gonna show it to the camera, but then I looked at it. I was like, damn, my hands are kind of dirty. I don't know if I want people to be seeing my gross controller. A working man, yeah, with my Xbox controller, putting in the hours. The 8K aimbot has macros. Yeah, Timmy, dude, the HCS isn't gonna be broke. Yeah, you want to come to the 8K with macros in your controller? I'll let you play with it. Yeah, I did talk to Gamester about the macro stuff. I was at CES a couple weeks ago talking to them. They're gonna make a way for you to disable the macros on the controller so they are legal for competition use. But I will say the 8Ks in particular are not really that big of a deal for the first half of the year because DreamHacks are on Xboxes and 8K is not compatible with an Xbox. So, but if you're playing on PCs, bro, those 8Ks are nice.
We're about 3 minutes out to the start of this straight ripping cash grab. We'll be rating them as soon as they're getting on camera. Give them a little boost here in the directory, hoping that this event goes well for them. Thank you to Straight Rippin', Smalls, T-Squared, whoever else is involved. I'm sure there's a team behind them for putting on an event. There's $5,000 up for grabs, $1,000 between the casters tools. Crazy work.
Yeah, crazy,
$4,000 between the competitors.
Don't get any ideas, Eli.
Yeah, Eli. Trust, bro.
Eli did ask if you could use a modern controller in the 360. I think it is possible. I don't know what the
I think it's got to be USB 2.
Yeah, it's USB 2.
It
there is like a device you can get that allows you to use a modern controller. Is that like going to be allowed? I don't know. We have to talk to like the 360.
Yeah, we're not the ones making the decisions.
We're not the
organizers are, but we'll hammer down that. The thought is always that we're going to stick to the HCS rulebook. By the way, so I would assume that we side on that, but we'll see.
Either way, I mean, the 360, you get a 360 controller, bro. You played on it for like 8 years. You'll be fine. Honestly, the 360 controller is still like probably like the best controller ever made. If you think about it, like to me, that's like the default controller. If I envision a controller in my head, it's the 360 controller.
When I think of a 360 controller, I think about loose paint on my hands because I used to, take the faceplates off and paint them, but clearly using the wrong type of paint. And I would leave events, my hands would be like black and red. And
dude, that's crazy.
Old school things for Halo players that we used to care about what that shit looked like and take it into our own hands.
Bro, Eli's gonna play in the 360 event. I already know, dude. He's like trying to figure out who's playing with. Who's the team, Eli?
Probably gonna get us a team pass for both. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
By the way, you can buy a bundle pass and save, right? They're $200 a piece for each title, but if you buy both of them at the same time, it's $50 off.
Yeah, get it, folks. Get it. It's the way to do it. All right, where's the straight ripping? Should we raid them right now? Are they like live?
They are close. That's me full. Sorry, guys. Didn't mean to jump scare you. Yeah, it looks like it's happening, guys. So thanks for the quick talk. Reach out anytime, tweet at us, all that good stuff. But enjoy the show. You've got some 2v2 show matches on the horizon. Not only pro play, but you've got some content creators in the mix too. So we'll wish them all luck, tools, anything else before we send this raid off officially.
Just get signed up for the LVT LAN.
Yes,
if
sir.
you want to go, like, get your team pass. If you need a team, DM me, DM Louis. Like, we'll connect you with people. There's no reason, like, if you like were ready to go and you aren't going because like you don't have a team, like, trust me, we'll find you a team. We'll get it done. So get your team pass.
All right. To account for the delay, I'm going to send you all right now. Adios. Enjoy the show. Halo's back, baby. All right. Last few of us, we'll probably see this, but we're out.